Hey, good morning. Happy July 9th to everybody. Let's see. That here real quick. All right, so got this in the other day, and since they told me I didn't need a whole lot, I thought I'd go ahead and take a quick look at this before I got started this morning, or ended today. I finished up with the 1,000 amp power supply, and I finished it up actually a day or so ago, but I didn't have a chance to test it because I could turn it on, I could run a couple amps, but as soon as I got over 600 amps, it kept kicking out the breaker in the main panel. And the reason why, and I kind of expected that, is because I was on a 25 amp breaker that was on the sidewall here. So I had to actually go into the service panel, put another plug-in for 220 here in the shop. So I had to wire that up so that I could go ahead and run an extension cable over here to the workbench to test it. So the 1,000 amp is done. The video is currently uploading as we are right here. So we got this little JB12 and a cute little box. One of the things that I noticed whenever I took it out of the box is it was missing a screw. I pulled all the stuff out and didn't find another one like that. Kind of saddens me. I will probably, because that's not something that I have on hand. So put the 4 in the top and leave the 1 out on the bottom, since I don't have anything that will match up with this. Without going, driving to town and going to the hardware store and looking for those, it adds a lot of expense for just a single screw. But I'll see if the customer wants to wait a few days until I actually have a chance to go to a hardware store that maybe can sell one of those. But generally, they're still closed whenever I get home and get ready to go to bed. As far as to be able to buy like a single screw like that without buying a package of them. But anyways, so got this off. Enough rambling. Overall, looked pretty clean. It's not all smoked up like most of these usually are. Usually these are covered in nicotine and tar and everything else from 10 plus years of people smoking pack and a half a day on Saturday night while they're talking on the radio. So, all right. So I did a quick look at the cord. I didn't undo it yet, but the cord actually looks like to be in really good condition for the age of it. So I think we're going to let the cord pass as far as on that. Let's get up here. So, yeah. Like I said, I know it's early and I know that we're probably not going to have hardly any views, but just wanted to kind of go through this for the customer. All right, so looks like somebody has went in here and changed some components. I know that he stated that it was supposed to have new electrolytic, which it does look like it. I'm not sure what the value of this one is without looking in the print, and I don't want to take it out, but the ends still look good. Same thing here. These are relatively new as well. Somebody did patch this wire here. So I think I am going to take this loose, especially since they put electrical tape on there. I'd rather use a piece of heat shrink. So I want to redo this little section here. I've already checked the diode that's off of the 68Q5 for the keying tube. But that looks like that's actually been replaced and is new. Same thing, choke, which that's good. And then our output choke here, somebody's replaced the resistor and did a reasonably decent job as far as redoing that choke. So that's good. The neon bulb that's used for the part of the biasing circuit on there. That's been replaced and it's new. It's not all burnt up and black, which is, again, very, very good. So other than that, I mean, all the connections look really good overall in it. Now, one of the things that I started doing years ago, and I haven't done it in a while because I generally don't work on a whole lot of tube type equipment anymore. I rarely take stuff like this in, just because I don't have a lot of the equipment anymore that I used to have. But anyhow, so one of the other things too is I will probably take, and it's something they never did do, going over to the meter. I'll probably put a piece of heat shrink just so that I know that it can't ground out, going over here to our main coil that is also going over to our kind of the output. Basically, this is for the output of the amplifier, and it just picks up the RF through the diode and through this capacitor, and then allows the meter to work and function. But I like to go ahead and put a piece of heat shrink across this, just so that the tail here can't possibly ground out in any way, shape, or form there. But whoever did the work on it, did a reasonably decent job. Like I said, it's not perfect, but considering the age of it, looks like they kept everything as close to original as they could. It's not been completely destroyed on the inside like most of these do. There's times where on these little modulators, they're just completely and utterly trashed. So I've already tried those out. They seem to be discharged before I ever started playing around. They also replaced our little 10 US. It goes over to the keying tube as well. So that should be for the short-term delay that's probably built into this. But the only thing it looks like that I am going to do is I'm going to test the tubes and see what they show up on my tube tester. We're going to go ahead and run a pass-through tune on this, and we'll go ahead and do a pass-through tune and add a small capacitor from here to ground to go ahead and make sure that our pass-through looks good as well. But other than that, like I said, it looks pretty good. I haven't opened up and used the old tube tester, and it's not the greatest. I bought it just for general things for my own personal use, just to give me kind of an idea. Good morning, squirrel. Morning, buddy. So, gives me an idea basically of what's going on with stuff. Anyways, I've got an old, incredibly old Heathkit receiver that one of these days I'm going to go through for my own self, but got to get all these other things taken care of and what have you. So let's open these up and see what we got here. 6AQ5 RCA 6AQ5A, which that's good. So let's lay that off to the side. I'm going to look it up here on the old book here. It's just a little Elko check tube tester. So like I said, it gets you in the ballpark of what's going on with things. That's about it. It's not going to, it's not the most accurate by any stretch, but, it does give me a general idea of what's going on with tubes and what have you. So let's see, 6AQ5. Okay. It's going to be the same as the 6AQ5A. So plug this into A. Is that not right? Oh, 1. I'm sorry. Okay, so 3, 2. Yeah, this should be. Oh, 1 is A. I'm sorry. So 1 is A. 2 is 2. 3 needs to be set to E. 4 is going to be on 1. And socket L. Okay. And it's been years since I've used this thing. Okay. How's Mr. Squirrel doing today? All right. This thing warm up a little bit. It is lit up, so that's good. Go back through everything. A, 2, E, 1, L. Okay. So we're probably about 52%. I think these usually have a max of about 75%, so that's probably pretty good. All right. EL84. And that's not what's in the box. All right, so it's a 6BQ5, which that's what it should be. But box is EL84. EL84 is a good replacement for these. All right, so 6BQ5. So 6B. Q5. Okay, so it's going to be on A. 2 is going to be 3. 3 will be E. Okay. And 4 is going to be 2. Socket A. Put that in there real gentle like. Okay. Turn it on. Okay. Test 2-9. Now, I picked this up here some years ago. Good. All right. %. Working and sleepy. Yeah, it's just getting close to my bedtime too. Yeah, I know my wife, she's been in a meeting. She had to take a train. I forget what city she said she had to go to because she had a meeting for work. Okay. Let's put that on the tube here real quick. So I've already eaten my dinner. I'll probably take an early nap and get back up and do a couple things before I go in this evening. All right. So like I said, it's kind of a rarity. Like I said, I mean, I've got a few videos of a few different things as far as on the tube type equipment. Like I said, I rarely work on this stuff anymore. You know, a lot of it's the fact that it is vintage. All right, so before we stick the tubes in there, let's make one more pass through here. Look. I don't know on the Elkin. I don't know enough about those. I'd actually have to look up some schematics and some pictures of that thing. But may be interested here after the first of the year sometime. I've got more than enough to take care of me for this year here. You know, plus I know that things are going to get kind of slowed down here very soon. Okay, so that's good. The diode's good. Okay, everything else looks good. Let's go ahead and get this replaced here, this little piece of wire. I'm sure everything's in good working order because it doesn't have a blowed fuse in it. May have to turn that soldering iron up just a little bit more. There we go. It's not the fact that black tape won't work for a lot of things, but I just always felt better about using a piece of heat shrink. Yeah, I knew what you meant there, squirrel. But yeah, I would be interested in taking a look at it. But like I said, I need to find out some more information on that. Um, I don't know what kind of problems you're having with it. Yeah, I think that's just part of an extension cord somebody used. I mean, I know why they put it there, but it just won't quite reach. Get some snips here, cut a piece of Teflon and put in place of that. Hmm. Uh, do you remember which tubes that's got in it, Squirrel? With the Supermod feature. Yeah, which tubes does that use? Do you remember? Okay. Yeah, yeah, I know that those are good amps if they're in good condition. I think I'm gonna need more than 100 degrees Celsius. Okay. Yeah, overall, I've tried to actually stay away from the tube type stuff. Yeah, many years ago, I actually sold everything I had to do with high voltage. I actually sold an entire truckload of stuff. I sold tube tester, had one of those humongous tube testers. I sold it, transformers, tubes, everything that I had that considered me or rendered me able to work on the stuff, meters, probes, all that good stuff. So, like I said, once in a while, I'll do something like this. Maybe something a little bit bigger once in a blue moon. Okay. Let's see. 2x4. Yeah, I remember the days of the iron core. Nothing against the iron core days, but that is one that I'm actually. I mean, granted, I'll do like a small little 2-pill base or something like that in an iron core on rare occasions, but other than that, you know, I try to actually not do anything with that. So, all right, let's go ahead and just run a pass through tune on this since I've got the bottom open here. Grab meter here, our little dummy load. Still want to put a piece of heat shrink on that. I can remember 30 years ago, I didn't know anything about pass-through tune, to be honest with you guys. I just knew it either worked or it didn't. All right, so 1.4 on SWR, 70 ohms. Oh, wrong remote. Yeah, I need to make me a little remote caddy for all the different remotes that are in this dad blasted building. All right. Pretty decent, 1.1. Much better than the old factory way. Point 1 at 55. And 1.05 at 51. So I think that's where we're going to stop. So let's get that soldered in there and then we'll go to the next. Let's see, it's very 1400. Not that hard. And swap it for an Elkin. Yeah, I didn't put my rubber mat back up here. I've got a silicone mat that I usually keep up on the table when I'm working on stuff, but I didn't do that after I moved off that big power supply. I do know that it does not like when you get up to about 1200 amps. But like I said, we got a video that, like I said, will be out here very shortly if it's not out while we're still here on this video. But I spent about 15 minutes on the video making it twice. For whatever reason, the computer only saved 7 seconds of it. Can you believe that? Went through all that stuff, started to put it together while it was uploading, noticed that it only uploaded 7 seconds. And it's like, what? So I didn't realize that it didn't capture everything for some reason. I have no idea. I don't know if I bumped the mouse and shut it off while I was recording or what. Okay. There we go. That's taken care of. Oh, wrong one. All right. Go down into cool down mode. All right, so still around the 1.1, which I know things are always going to change just a little bit whenever you go to solder it, but 1.1 versus where we were at. 52.2, not too bad because of course it was getting some capacitance off of my hand when I was holding it in there. So, all righty. 1.06. All I did was just move that body away from the main relay there just a little bit. All right. So I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I'd get anybody even on a live feed this morning. You know, I just figured I would do this just for, just because. But hey, this is how I celebrate my birthday, I guess. uh, all right. I'm happier with that. I don't have to worry about that getting into anything. And my memory anymore is like Swiss cheese. Okay. So these cables and stuff out of my way. Antenna side. Well, now. that can only mean one of a couple things. Since I've already checked the tubes, the one thing I didn't check was the high voltage diodes. And that's what I get for assuming. And that's the right size fuse that somebody used. It's 3 amp. Okay, so that's right. Now the diodes are actually checking right, but I don't know that they're soldered in correctly. Okay, so we've got that one inside there. That's good. Got 912 ohms to ground. $470 ohms there on that leg. 470 there. Okay. So we're going to need to test the transformer. Make sure that the transformer is still good in this thing. Yeah, 0.03 ohms. Don't remember, but I think that is way too low on the high voltage. And that one's fed there. Q5. So the heater's okay. Which generally the heater never blows on these anyways. Hey, good morning, Bruce. Yeah, I haven't been to bed yet, buddy. Figured I'd take a quick look at this and see, this came in and it was supposed to be an easy fix. The guy said he didn't think there was anything wrong with it, but he just wanted it checked out. As soon as I put the fuses in it, she blew. But I think the high voltage is actually out on this. See what we got there. Yeah, because I've only got like 1 ohm from center tap to each leg, ohm and a half. Get you guys in here so you can see the voltmeter here. Yeah, see we've got 3 ohms across the output for the high voltage. I'm thinking that should be a lot higher than that because the amount of wraps. Back on there. And 1.5 ohms center tap over. All right. So it's time for me to check the blueprints on this, or schematics, however you want to call it, and see what's going on with that. All right, guys. Well, I am at a good stopping point for today on this. Do a little more investigating on it, and then check with the customer, find out which way we want to go on that. I know the tubes should be good. They're not showing any shorts, so I don't think it's the tubes. But I'll probably put another fuse in there and leave the high voltage unhooked so that I can test for the high voltage and make sure that that's what it is. But the diodes aren't shorter, which is kind of unusual, because usually if the transformer goes, the diodes go. Normally the diodes go even before the transformer. But I have seen these burn up the transformers multiple different times in their life. So, all right, guys, I appreciate it. Take care. God bless, and we'll catch you on the next live feed. Have a great weekend, what's left of it, and we will catch you later this week on another live feed, I'm sure. All right, guys, take care.